Have you ever bought something online and wondered why you were charged sales tax, even though the company doesn't have a store anywhere near you? A major reason is a Supreme Court case called South Dakota versus Wayfair. For years, the Supreme Court had a rule that generally prevented a state from requiring an out-of-state retailer to collect its sales tax unless that business had a physical presence in the state. That made sense when most shopping happened in physical stores or through mail-order catalogs. But then online shopping exploded. Suddenly, companies could sell millions of dollars of products to customers in a state without having a single store, employee, or warehouse there. South Dakota believed that was costing the state significant tax revenue and putting local businesses at a disadvantage. So in 2016, South Dakota passed a new law. It required certain out-of-state businesses to collect and send South Dakota sales tax to the state if they did enough business there. The law applied to sellers with more than $100,000 in annual sales into South Dakota, or at least 200 separate transactions in the state. There was just one problem. That law directly challenged the Supreme Court's existing physical presence rule. Welcome to Once Upon a Case, because the law isn't just for lawyers, it's for everyone. Several large online retailers, including Wayfair, Overstock.com, and Newegg, didn't have a physical presence in South Dakota, and they weren't collecting South Dakota sales tax. So South Dakota sued. The lower courts sided with the online retailers because they were required to follow the Supreme Court's existing precedent. But South Dakota took the fight all the way to the United States Supreme Court. And in 2018, the Supreme Court made a major change. In a 5-4 decision, the court ruled in favor of South Dakota and overturned the old physical presence requirement. The court essentially said that the rule had become outdated in the modern internet economy. A company doesn't necessarily need a building, store, or employees inside a state before the state can require it to collect sales tax. A substantial amount of business conducted with customers in the state can create a sufficient connection. The Supreme Court sent the case back for further proceedings consistent with its decision. So what's the lesson? Selling online doesn't necessarily put a business beyond a state's sales tax system. A company can have a significant economic connection to a state, even if it doesn't have a physical store there. And for ordinary shoppers, South Dakota versus Wayfair helps explain something we see all the time today. You buy something online, and there's sales tax at checkout. A dispute between South Dakota and a group of online retailers helped transform the rules for internet shopping across America. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, watch this case next.